your family. But I do just want to take a few moments to really just motivate, talk about career, and see if I have something very helpful for you all to gain from this. So I'm just waiting another moment to see if everyone can log in, because I know that Zoom is a new format for many people. And for those that can't log in, hopefully you can join me on Facebook. I like the new Facebook Live format. And we're going to get started in just a moment. In just a moment. All right. So, I came to this idea of holding this call because I realized that so many people are struggling within their careers, trying to come up with an idea of how they can navigate what they're doing and get to what they want to do. And so I figured that this call would purposely focus on ways you can get to where you want to be and see beyond your current environment into what it is you really want to do. What's your passion? What's your love? And so today I have two big ideas that I'm going to focus on, and then I'm going to give you 5 steps to get to that point, and then we'll be ready for questions if anyone has questions. But the big idea is winning in your career takes work. We often see people that look like they're doing some amazing things in the world, and we immediately say, I can do that. I can do that. I've had people say, oh, she got her PhD, I can get my PhD. But what they didn't realize is what it took for me to actually get my PhD. Yes, they can get their PhD. Everyone can go to school and get their education. But there were some things that happened in my life that were very difficult to juggle while getting my PhD. And one of those things was I had children. The other one is PhD isn't easy. Even though we think it's easy, it's just not easy. So the big idea is winning in your career takes work. It's going to take work regardless. And those that are already winning, they leave a blueprint for us all to succeed. So we don't have to win alone. We don't have to believe that we have to do everything that we want to do alone. There's a blueprint. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I was laid off from work at one point in my life. And prior to that, I was divorced and ended up taking care of my 2 kids by myself for almost a decade. And at that time, I realized that I needed to do something, strategic in order to really do what I needed to do with my children. And so I went back to school. I sacrificed, I got my PhD. My job laid me off while I was getting my PhD right in the last semester. And I had to realize, what would I do if this job ends? Where would I go? And the good part about it is that I had a plan. I had a plan the entire time. When I returned to school to get my PhD, I wanted to fast track that thing. I wanted to be teaching. I already have experience. So when I graduated, I can go straight into a university. And that's exactly what I did. I received a certificate in college teaching. I started teaching with my master's degree part-time while I was working on a PhD, while I was a single mother. And then I went in, right before I even graduated, I was offered a full-time position to teach. So I had a plan. I knew it was going to take some sacrifice. I couldn't socialize. So the very first step for you to win in your career is to have a strategic plan. A strategic plan. And that means, what is it that you want? You have to do a self-assessment. You have to assess what it is you want, what it is you can offer, what is your skill level, what is the next level in that corporation. If you want to own your business, what does it take to own your business? What are the things that you're lacking? What are the things you already possess around you that will help you to get there? You have to have a plan. And it's just not an easy plan, looking at someone else and saying, oh, Tom did it, and so I can do it too. Yes, Tom did it and you can do it too, but your path is going to be different from Tom's path. And realizing that you have to really assess whether Tom's path is not going to be for you. So what do you bring to the table? What is it that you want? So you need to plan for it. Take a real honest self-assessment. No one is looking at it. You are the only one looking at your plan. You are the only one assessing your skill level. So you make the decision on what it is you offer, what you bring to the table, and what your goals and your objectives are. And you stick to that plan. When I wanted to become a professor, my plan was to go back to school and get a PhD. My plan was to fast track it and work part-time while working full-time and being a single parent and working on a PhD. I had to make a sacrifice in order to do that. So I had a plan to do it. The other thing is you have to take advantage. When I say take advantage, I don't mean, push an old lady down and take advantage of the situation or, lie, steal, kill to get what you want. But what I mean is take advantage of every single opportunity you have to grow in a new way. Meaning if you're in your current profession, you don't like your current profession, you don't like your current job, okay, if that job offers trainings, workshops, anything for free, you take advantage of all of those opportunities, even if it's in an area of interest that you're not interested in. Why do you take advantage? Because every opportunity is an opportunity for you to network. It's an opportunity for you to grow in a new way, for you to meet new people. And guess what? You may just learn something new, or you may just learn something about something that is not really relevant to what you want to do, but it help you get your foot into the door to get to where you really want to be. Okay? So you need to take advantage. Take advantage of every free workshop or training. Take advantage of every free opportunity to network. But then also purposely take those workshops, trainings, courses, classes, whatever it is, that even if you have to pay for it, that's really in your area of interest. And now let me give you an example. Currently, I'm a professor. I love what I do, okay? I recently took a leadership training for department chairs. Am I a department chair? No, I'm not. Will I be one day? I'm not sure. But if the training was a leadership training and I could possibly be a department chair, or I could possibly use that training in another area of my life, then why not take advantage of it? It was free to me. So you have to go out on faith, take a leap of faith, just jump into something new so you can really find what's your niche, where you want to be, what it is that you want to do. So take advantage. Every opportunity to network, every opportunity to grow in a new way. If it fits in your schedule, take advantage of it. If it's an opportunity to meet new people, go meet them. The third thing you need is a mentor. Now, I've heard people say, I don't like to just follow people, or, I don't need a mentor because, that's just copied off of someone else. Honestly, it's not. You're not copying someone else. But people leave a blueprint to get to the next level. If you look at your career today, and you look at your job, and you look at people who are being promoted, that person who's being promoted in a position you may want one day, leave a blueprint on how they got there. If you talk with them, if you have a conversation with them, you can find out exactly what they did to get there, right? So that means that you can win too. You can grow too. So find a mentor. And it doesn't have to be a mentor in your specific career area. It doesn't have to be a person that's in your specific area of interest. It can be a person that you see that's doing great things in the community, that's doing great things in their career, that seems to be very knowledgeable, and seems to be doing some great things that you admire. That person can be your mentor. Because what they can do is help you to navigate the world in a way that you are benefiting from it. They can show you their path, and you can learn from some of their decisions and make decisions that will take you to the next level. Okay, so everyone needs a mentor. I have a mentor. I have mentees, and I enjoy it. I have random people contacting me sometimes, and they say, Hi, I saw you speak. I have some questions about my career. Can you answer this question for me? Of course. Every time I respond to that email, and I get it often, because in my mind, that person is eager. That person really wants to succeed, and I should take the time out to give them the information they need to succeed. So you need to seek a mentor. Seek someone that you admire that can give you some good advice so that you can get on the path that you want to be on. And the third thing on our list is research. Now, research is a big deal. Many people think that you can just jump into the career you want without doing any research. You can get this promotion without doing any research. You can get this award without doing any research. And let me give you an example. I recently received the Top 40 Under 40 Hampton Roads Award. When I first moved here, I had no idea what that award was. One day while I was searching on the internet, it came up. And I said to myself, what is this? What is this award? Let me dig a little bit more. So I digged a little bit more. I found out some more information about the award. Then I looked at some of the people who received the award. I wanted to know what was it that they had that helped them to get this award? Who were they? And this was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, when I first moved to Virginia, I looked at this award. And so I put that award down as one of my goals. Never knew about it before, but I realized what I needed to do in order to get there. And once I felt like I had what it takes to get there, I was nominated for that award. So in anything that you do, you have to research. It doesn't matter what it is. If you want to go to the next level in your job, who's in that position right now? If you want to go into a new company, have you researched that company? What's the history on that company? What do the people have that work there? What about the position you want to be in that company? Who's in that position now? What do they have? What do you need to get? What's the difference between what they have and what you need to get? When I entered college, I worked into a career services center. That was my very first job on a college campus. And one of the things that they taught every person that came through that door is to research your company. Research the company you want to work at one day. Research the individuals that are currently working at that company. Find out the history and the trends in that company. Because if you know that information, your interview will be set apart from the next interview because you're able to talk about what they did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 3 years ago. You are able to tell the person that's interviewing you, oh, I looked up your credentials. I saw that you recently, wrote an article or won an award. Research your competition if you're an entrepreneur. If you're opening a new business and you want to be different from everyone else, then you need to research your competition. I used to have an event planning company. I had to know everyone who was out there planning events because there was a lot of people doing it. And I had to think about what makes me different from them, or how can I set myself apart from them. I went from a home-based event planning business, very small, out of my basement, into a 2-room office suite planning 6-figure weddings. How did I do that? First, I did some research, local community college. I saw that they wasn't offering event planning classes. So I wrote a proposal, asked them to offer event planning classes. And for 3 years, I taught all of their event planning classes. I wrote a book on event planning. I became the president of the International Organization for Special Events. I got a lot of recognition for the things that I was doing, and that set me apart from others. How many event planners were actually teaching on a college campus about event planning? How many event planners actually had a book about event planning? People like to be able to look you up, see your work, but also see that your brand. What is it that you're doing? I learned to monopolize their budget so they could come to me and get their flowers, their invitations, everything it was. And my business was very successful because of that, because they had a direct connection with me, but also because I had a good brand. I was very attentive And I would do anything to not let anyone break my brand. Okay. And so I researched what other people were doing, and I did things that were totally opposite from what they were doing. So that's step 4. Now let's go on to step 5. Now, step 5 is important because whatever it is you're doing, you should be doing it well. Step 5 is perfect your craft. If you're working for someone, you need to be perfect at it. If you are trying to get to the next level, make sure you have the level you're in down first. You know, you can have the next level as a goal, but how well are you doing at the level you're at? If you want to open a business and you want to sell shoes, how can you become very good at selling shoes? What is it that you need to do to perfect your craft? Is it ongoing training? Is it networking with other people in sales? Is it taking a sales workshop? You know, what is it that you need to do to perfect your craft? Do you need to just spend time doing it? Whatever it takes, you need to work hard at perfecting your craft, because perfecting your craft is going to get you to the next level. We can't say we want to go to the next level without doing the things necessary within the levels we're in. Sometimes we want to jump and skip levels. We see other people doing it and we say, I want to do that too. I can do that too. And yes, you can, but you need to perfect your craft. You're in this level. You need to perfect that level first. You need to perfect the season that you're in first. And then you can get to the next level. So it takes work and it takes time. People did not become great overnight. Not overnight. They worked at it. They became great over time with hard work, with some sacrifice. They may have had some failures along the way. We automatically look at people sometimes and think, oh, they're great. I can do this. And you can, but do you know what sacrifices they had to make? What path they were on? What level they started at? And they had to grow and get to the next level. What things they had to do in order to get to the next level? What circle they kept? What mentors they had? You don't know all of those things. And so it's important to know those things so that you can do what it takes to get to the next level. So in order to win in your career, it's going to take work. It is going to take hard work. It may even mean going back to school for some people who don't even want to go back. And those that are already winning, they leave you a blueprint. All you have to do is research and look for it. So there's 5 steps you need to take. The first one is strategic planning. 2, take advantage. 3, get a mentor. 4, the big research word that people do not like to hear. And 5, perfect your craft. And believe me, if you do these things, you can win in your career. You can do these things immediately. You can start this week defining who you are and where you want to be. So if you have any questions, feel free to message them right now, because I would love to answer any questions you have. Anything about your career, anything about life in general, anything that I can answer for you, I would love to answer. And if not, we'll be ending our call soon. Any questions? No, not yet. Okay. So I want you all to have a good night because it's Sunday and I know you all are with your families. So I really want you all to have a great night. And I hope that this message helps you.